They say life begins at 40. But what they don't tell you is that at 80 life doesn't end. It just changes dramatically. So if you're over 80 or love someone who is, this video is for you. In this video, we'll explore 5 difficult but deeply human truths about life after 80. Not to scare you, not to sadden you, but to help you prepare emotionally and maybe even find peace, comfort, and pride in this incredible chapter of life. Because no one talks about it, but aging past 80 is an act of courage. 1. Your world grows smaller, but your insight grows deeper. As we age past 80, our physical world gradually shrinks. The once vast calendar of trips, parties, and spontaneous outings gives way to routines close to home. Sometimes even just the boundaries of a single room. You may no longer drive, and old friends may move, pass away, or become difficult to reach. You might even go days without a phone call. This isn't just loneliness, it's the compression of life's physical geography. But here's the strange gift. As the outside world narrows, your inner world deepens. You begin to reflect more, listen longer, and appreciate smaller details. A neighbor's smile becomes a blessing. The sound of birdsong outside your window feels like music. Memories, once blurred, become vivid in the quiet. I once met an 86-year-old woman named Mrs. Lawn. Her legs were too weak to leave her apartment, but her mind traveled constantly. She shared stories of her childhood in Hoi An, the scent of her mother's lemongrass chicken, the sound of monsoon rains in 1940s Vietnam. Though her physical world had shrunk, her spirit had expanded. Lesson: aging limits mobility but expands meaning. 2. Your health feels fragile, but gratitude becomes stronger. After 80, even small health issues feel enormous. A minor fall could mean weeks in bed. A cold might linger for a month. Your hands might tremble, and your sleep might be shallow. Some mornings, just putting on socks is a victory. It's hard not to grieve what was lost. The strong legs, the clear eyesight, the energy to do simple things without needing to sit down after. And yet, with every limitation, a new form of gratitude can appear. You begin to appreciate what still works. The fact that you can still taste your tea, that your heart keeps beating, that you woke up today and saw the sunrise. Many seniors describe this paradox. The more they lose, the more they appreciate what remains. Take Mr. High, age 89. He suffers from advanced arthritis. On a good day, he can button his shirt without help. When I visited him, he said, "Today I tied my shoes by myself. I feel like I climbed Mount Everest." That's what aging teaches us, not just to value strength, but to marvel at endurance. Not just to mourn decline, but to celebrate persistence. Lesson: you may lose function but gain appreciation. 3. You attend more funerals than weddings, and that changes you. One of the hardest emotional truths after age 80 is the frequency of goodbyes. The phone rings, and it's news that a cousin has passed. A neighbor you used to wave at is no longer there. Childhood friends, old co-workers, even younger family members gone. It's not just sorrow, it's survivor's guilt. Why am I still here when they are not? It can feel lonely, even cruel. But here's the transformation. You begin to honor life in a new way. You attend funerals with not just grief, but reverence. You recall not just the pain of their departure, but the warmth of their laughter. Your conversations shift. You talk about legacy, about memories that matter, not gossip or complaints. I remember a man named Ong Tu who said, "At my age, every friend lost becomes a whisper in my mind, reminding me to speak kinder, walk gentler, and hug longer." Loss doesn't harden you. It humbles you. It teaches you to be a steward of stories and a guardian of values. Lesson: death visits often after 80, but so does meaning. 4. You start to feel invisible, but that's when you discover your true worth. One day you walk into a room, and no one really notices. You speak at the dinner table, and no one quite listens. You visit the doctor, and they talk more to your adult child than to you. Aging sometimes feels like fading into the wallpaper of the world. Modern society values speed, youth, and novelty. That can leave older adults, especially those over 80, feeling dismissed. But invisibility can also be a kind of freedom. When you're no longer trying to impress or compete, you're free to be truthful, to speak from wisdom, to live authentically. And gradually, people begin to listen, not because you're loud, but because your words carry weight. You become the one others come to for advice, the one who remembers family history, the one who can say, "This too shall pass," and be believed because you've seen it happen time and again. Lesson: you might feel overlooked, but you become unforgettable in deeper ways. 5. The clock feels louder, but so does your legacy. In your 80s and beyond, you start hearing the tick-tock of life differently. Not just the minutes, but the meaning of them. You may wonder, have I lived well? Will anyone remember me? Did my life matter? These are haunting, universal questions. But you start realizing something powerful. Your legacy isn't built in grand gestures. It's built in daily kindness, in quiet love, in lasting impressions. A grandmother who sang lullabies becomes part of a grandchild's dreams. An old farmer who shared his harvest with neighbors is remembered every harvest season. A retired teacher is recalled every time a student writes their name proudly. Mr. Truong, a former bricklayer, once told me, "I built walls all my life, but now I realize the real things I built were in people, my kids, my neighbors, my friends." In your later years, you understand, you won't be remembered for how many years you lived, but for how you made others feel in those years. Lesson: the clock may count down, but your legacy grows up. Final thoughts: the beauty and the brutality of aging. Aging beyond 80 is not a journey for the faint-hearted. It's not a quiet glide, it's a mountain climb. There's pain, there's loss, there's solitude. But also there's reflection, there's resilience, there's reverence. The cracks in the body make room for the light in the soul. You've made it this far, not by luck alone, but by grace, grit, and wisdom. That makes you a walking library, a living poem, a treasure of stories. If you're over 80 or love someone who is, remember this. There is still value, still growth, still joy, yes, even now. And sometimes, the richest sunsets come after the longest days. If this video touched your heart, share it with someone over 80, or someone who will be someday. Leave a comment below honoring a grandparent, a neighbor, or even yourself. And don't forget to subscribe, because every stage of life deserves a voice.